And we are live. Welcome to Protea Live. My name is Zane Stevens. I am the founder of Protea Financial. Today, I want to talk about accounting software. On this week, I sent out a post on my LinkedIn asking people, what accounting software are you using? What accounting software should I be thinking of as I sort of reassess our technology stack going into 2022? What I want to do today, though, is sort of focus on what we are currently using. What are some of the softwares that we're using for our clients that I think are really, really great? And my goal is that we'll just continue to use them in the future. I'm pretty like rigid. These are really, really good. I feel like they're the best option right now, and I expect we'll continue to use them in the foreseeable future. If any of you guys have some different ideas, different thoughts, would be great. You can drop them down in the chats. There's nobody live right now talking to me, sort of talking to myself. But if you watch this and you've got some thoughts, drop it in there. I'd love to hear about them. I'd love to sort of look into them, maybe even connect and talk about why that's such a great option. So let's get into this. I want to look at 5 areas that we're sort of talking about on a regular basis. And these are the ones within those 5 areas that we're using a lot or mostly, and the ones that we recommend to our clients on a regular basis. So let's start with just the basic accounting software. When I started this business in 2014, we sort of fell into the QuickBooks world. And that really was just a happy accident. And I am extremely happy with that accident. I am very optimistic about the changes that they're making to their software, and specifically QuickBooks Online. I'm a big fan of QuickBooks Online, and I know a lot more seasoned professionals think that QuickBooks Desktop is still the best version. I'm not the biggest fan of QuickBooks Desktop because I feel like they just send out a new update every single month or every year, and nothing really changes. With QuickBooks Online, I can see the changes, I can see the improvements, and I can see how it's better for my clients as well as myself as an accountant. Now, I don't always agree with what Insure does, and I'm not always the happiest when somebody tells me they're there to help small businesses, but they're spending money on Super Bowl ads. But they have a really good product. And for me at the moment, for any small business, I believe it is the best option out there. There are a lot of good options that I'm happy to use, but if anybody's asking me, we use QuickBooks with a preference to QuickBooks Online. Okay, next. One of the most important things that you have to do as a small business is make sure you're paying your employees. The whole payroll world and employee benefits and everything that goes with it is really a difficult place to be operating. And I really like to rely on payroll software that I know is reliable and will get the job done. And more importantly, if we run into issues, especially with state or federal departments, they will take responsibility for it because it is their people that has handled the filing. With that all in mind, my number one choice for payroll at this point is gusto.com. And I'm sure a lot of you are going, well, yeah, Gusto is doing a great job, but their service department is not great. Agreed. Trying to get help from them at times can be very frustrating, especially when you need the help. And the problem is we all need help during that period of time. Month ends, quarter ends, it's really, really busy. There can be some really long waiting periods. But if I put that aside, I believe it is the easiest payroll software to use. It integrates within QuickBooks to make my life a little bit easier. It's easy for employees to use, and they do take responsibility for the really high-risk areas, which is the filings. For me, 0 to 50 employees, which is where we operate a lot of the time, for me, Gusto is the number one option at this point. I am open to other options. I look at other options. We use other options, but my preference, and we use it for Protea itself, is gusto.com. Next is AP management. And AP management is always an interesting and fun place, right? A lot of people are still used to grabbing the piece of paper, here's a bill, take it over to somebody else's desk and sign. And that's the authorization. I still see it when we have clients go through the audit. The audit will ask, so can I see the signature for authorization? Well, no, we're living in a digital world. We're totally remote. We don't have those wet signatures that you're looking for. But when looking into different software out there, we did stumble across Bill.com. And I think Bill.com is the best AP management software out there for small businesses. There's a lot of really good options out there that become a little bit more expensive, a little bit more complicated. But for these clients that I'm talking to, the small businesses, the small wineries, Bill.com is a perfect solution. One, it integrates with QuickBooks. So you're literally only doing your processing in Bill.com, and then that information moves across into QuickBooks. So you're only processing once with a little bit of a reconciliation that needs to be there month end. It remembers what you're doing. So if you're using a vendor, you're not having to re-input all the information. Another great portion of it is you can assign approvers. So I'm the accounting department, but the business owner can be an approver. So for every bill, they would have to approve it before it goes to the next step, which is payment. This ability to approve bills digitally takes away from the necessity of having these wet signatures, but also allows people to feel comfortable that they're seeing the bills that are going into the system, agreeing with the bills on their system, and having an opportunity to question them when they come up. It is just a really great system. And then from the payment side, it takes away from having to have manual checks with your bank account detail on it. Bill.com will send paper checks to your vendors for you as you need it, but more importantly, they have an ACH process as well, so you can pay people electronically. It's just a really great, simple system. It improves efficiency within the AP process, allows for approvals and easy payment. Just a great system. My favorite in the AP processing is Bill.com. On top of that, the whole vendor side, you also have expenses. Companies have credit cards, employees have individual costs, mileages, claiming things back. How do you manage that system in an easy way other than, somebody just bringing over this big stack of dot slips and dropping it on your desk and saying, leave it up to you, figure it out. Expense management is another side that can quickly eat up processing time and significantly affect the amount of time you need to spend on your bookkeeping. Getting a system in place where people can submit their expenses in a clean way that's easy to review and code into the system and at the same time reimburse those people is critical. My number one software that I recommend when it comes to expense management is Expensify. Now, a lot of you will be like, well, it doesn't do this and it doesn't do that, and that's fine. There are some more meatier software out there that probably give you more options. But in terms of ease of use and putting an application on your phone to make life really simple for your employees, my number one choice for expense management for your team, for small businesses, is Expensify. I really like working with Expensify, and the integration in QuickBooks makes my life easier as well. So help your employees get paid back for those expenses that are occurring on their personal credit cards by using Expensify. Now, those are all like day-to-day bookkeeping type softwares. We've got the accounting software, which we recommend QuickBooks. We've got payroll, which I recommend Gusto. We got the AP management software, which is I'm recommending Bill.com. And then there's the expense management, which I'm recommending Expensify. All of these softwares will make your life easier on a day-to-day basis. It'll allow you to get information into the final form in your month-end reporting on a quicker basis. It'll improve efficiency. The last topic, number 5 for today, that I would like to talk about is software that's going to affect you once a year. We've just gone through it. We've just got through January. This deadline was January 31st, and that is 1099s. The 1099 process in general is an extremely painful process that is tedious and time consuming. On top of that, the general way that people will do it is this piece of paper where they write in a bunch of information and they mail one off to the vendor, mail one off to the IRS, and keep one on your file. I have a software that I've been using since day one that makes this whole process a lot easier. You still have to get the same information, but you're going to a secure portal under your EIN, filling in all this information, and an electronic secure document is going to the client. No need to stuff pieces of paper with your social security number on it and sending it off to people. This process is limiting the risk of data loss. My number one software, and one that I've been trusting for more than 8 years right now, is track1099.com. It is a really easy software to be able to get 1099 out to vendors, to these contractors, as quick and easy as possible, and make sure you stay compliant. because once you bring that information into Track 1099, you submit it, they take care of the rest. If you need to mail stuff, they mail it for you. They handle the filing with the IRS to make sure it is done on time. And if you have any changes, they're managing the correction of the filing for you as well. They're taking a lot of the burden, the high risk portion of 1099s off your plate, and they're taking responsibility for it. So if you are a small business owner, or if you're an accounting firm that is helping small businesses, I recommend going digital with your 1099s, and I highly recommend track1099.com. So that's it. That's it for today. I've touched on 5 key areas in the softwares that I trust the most, the softwares that Protea is recommending to their clients, and the software that helps us provide a high quality product and be as efficient as possible. So if you're looking for accounting software, we recommend QuickBooks. If you're needing payroll software, we recommend gusto.com. If you're looking for AP management software, we recommend bill.com. If you've got expenses that you need to manage, we recommend Expensify. And if you're doing 1099s, which if you're most likely having to, I recommend using Track 1099 and move the risk to somebody else. If you have any thoughts or other examples or something that you didn't like what I said today, please leave a note in the comments. It'd really be great to hear from you all. Or go out to my LinkedIn page, look for the post where I discussed accounting software, and share your thoughts over there. That's it for today. Happy Friday. Have a wonderful long weekend. And until next time, I'm Zane Stevens of Protea Financial.